Very simple mathematics in which I don't want us to waste our time. On the board, you have evaluate 11011 base 2 plus 10111 base 2. Then you subtract 11101 base 2 from it. Now, how should we attend to this binary question? First of all, according to the law of odd mass, first of all, we need to add. When we add this together, then we subtract it from this. Now, let's add. You have your 11011, which is the first one. Add then to the next one, which is your 11101. They are in base 2. In binary, 1 plus 1 is 10 in binary. You want to ask me, how is 1 plus 1 10 in binary? It's very simple. Look at it. You have 1 plus 1, 10. How? How is 1 plus 1 10 in binary? I want to shock you right now. First of all, this is how you get your 1 plus 1 10 in binary. Now, you ask yourself, in a simple addition, 1 plus 1 is 2. Because it is binary, which is base 2, you're dividing the answer you get here with that 2 to give you the 10. How? Now, 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 1 in a normal addition of numbers, 1 plus 1 is 2. Now, because we are treating binary, which is base 2, you divide the binary by this 2 here. The 2 you got here, use the binary to divide it. Now, 2 into 2 is 1, remainder 0. Now, 2 into 1 give us 0, remainder 1. Have you seen it now? How we got our 10. So, therefore, our answer is 10. So, that's how we got our 1 plus 1, 10. Look at the 10 here. Have you seen it now? So, our 1 plus 1 is 10 in binary. Now, 1 plus 1 is 10. You don't write your 10 here, you write your 0, carry 1. You attach the 1 to the next one. Now, you say that 1 plus this 1, 10. Plus 1 again is 11. You write 1, you carry 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. Plus 1 is 10. You write down your 0, carry 1. 1 plus 1 is 10. You write down your 0, carry 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 will give us 11. There's it. Now, I haven't gotten this. Let's subtract it from the other side of it. Now, let's subtract it now. Minus, we start from the back. When applying the numbers, you have your 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. Now, you subtract. When subtracting, look at the board. This is base 2 binary. Now, 0 minus 1 cannot go. So, what do you need to do? First of all, you borrow from the neighbor. Look at the neighbor, the closest neighbor to the 0 is this. You borrow from here. Now, you need to borrow. Because it is binary, any number being borrowed from binary, you call it 2. Because we're treating base 2. So, we're going to borrow from this one now. The one you borrow from it, you call it 2. Because we're treating base 2. You call it 2 on top of the 0. So, it will be 2 minus 1, which is 1. So, what is remaining here now? 0. So, remaining 0 minus 0 is 0. Now, 0 minus 1, it cannot go. Now, we cannot borrow from this 0. Because 0 is nothing. So, what should we do? We borrow from the next one there. So, what should we do now? We borrow from 1 here. We call it 0. We put it here. It becomes 2 because it is binary, base 2. So, when you borrow from 1, you call it 2. Now, we are getting to this part. How do we get to this part? You borrow. You also borrow from that 2. When you collect 1 from the 2, it becomes 1 here. And when you put the 1 here, the 1 changes to 2 here. Because it was 2 before here. So when you borrow from it, it becomes 1. That one you borrow, you call it 2. You put on top of the 0. So that becomes 2 minus 1, 1. Here is 1. 1 minus 1, 0. You see it now? Now here you have 0. 0 minus 1. It's still the same thing. It cannot go. So you have to borrow from this side. When you borrow from this one, it becomes 0. That one you borrow from here, call it 2. So 2 minus 1 is 1. So our answer is 10101. Simple. Thank you.